Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Altcoin Mentors YouTube channel. My name is Peter, and today I'm going to be doing another part for technical analysis in our Beginner's Essentials series. Today I'm going to show you how to draw support and resistance and how to use them for your trading strategy. Our main purpose here at Altcoin Mentors is to help as many people as possible achieve their goal of financial freedom. We believe trading cryptocurrencies is an opportunity of a lifetime. By the end of this video, you should have a better understanding of where to put your support and resistance lines and how to trade a little bit better with them. If you like our videos, please follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. We also have a model portfolio for our 2K 5X challenge. So you can view our positions and progress. The link is down below. If you'd like to be notified of our latest videos, please hit the bell button. All right, so let's talk about support and resistance, the theory behind it. When I was taught support and resistance over 25 years ago, the idea was basically that it is a areas of importance where buyers and sellers gather together. And so with these, these could be, sometimes they could be a turning point, sometimes not. But a lot of times what happens with institutions and for bigger traders in general is that they put in orders at certain prices. Like they have targets. So they'll say this price is cheap, this price is too expensive. So they want to get in at a certain price, get out at a certain price. And in the futures market, Forex, and other stuff, they put in orders called good till canceled, GTC. So that's why sometimes you'll see something like a stock or an ETF or an index in general. It starts to go higher, starts to drift lower. Then all of a sudden, every time it hits a certain number, it bounces back up. Because there's probably a big institution there. Right, buying. They have a price, a certain price, right? And every time it hits it, they want to buy it. And so they might have millions and millions of shares, but they want to accumulate it only at that price. If it goes higher, right, they're not going to chase it because they want to get out at a certain price. They have a target. So that's the theory behind support and resistance. So someone asked me the other day how I got in on BTC so early. So here's my green dot. If you don't follow us on Twitter, you should. So just to show that I didn't just create this dot, this little green for my entry, I will show it to you on Twitter, right? So you can see. There it is, same place, right? So this is from July 23rd, 8 in the morning, right? This morning, and if you look at it again, I'll show you where I bought it before. All right, so here, this is on the 22nd, because this is actually where I made my entry, over here. So someone asked me, how did you know that it was going to go up? Well, I didn't know, but there's a support line here at 72.65. So how did I know it's a support line? Number one, it was hit right here before. So you can say, well, yes, that looks okay, but a lot of times numbers get hit. So then that's easy. Let's back it up. So I'll zoom out. Wow, look at here. It got hit here in May, right, on its way down. Right here, here, here. And then it was bouncing in between 7,700 and 72.65. Kind of like exactly what it's doing now before it broke up. And maybe over here before it breaks down. So let's see if that line is still pretty good. So 72.65, what do you know? On the way down here before in March, it hit it and it came right back up. It kind of stalled on its way over here a bunch of times in the April lows. And then let's look at it over here. And then look at that. Even in February, it went up, hit 7,700, came back down, hit 72.65, and came back up. So once I put in these lines, I never take them away. These are areas of interest. Because people see them, because people remember them. So even in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, if there's no institutions, yet coming into this marketplace, they don't really have some big orders. But maybe there's some big whales out there who are used to trading this way, right? Or maybe people are looking at it and say, hey, I remember this number, right? This is an important number from a while ago. So to show you that I'm not completely full of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a random chart, right? And we'll look at it together, and I will draw my support and resistance, and we'll see if it works. So to make it totally random, if you look at my stuff, all I do is BTC, cryptos to USD, or cryptos to BTC. So let's do something from like another crypto to Ether. right? Just to see how that goes. So let's pick EOS because that's a highly traded one. So here we go, EOS to Ethereum, right? I didn't even, never looked at that chart before. So let's look at that. Here we go. It looks like it has a bunch of data. So first of all, I'm going to zoom out. So this is from last year, so that's pretty good. So here is the whole history of EOS versus Ether. So I'm going to draw some lines. So I zoom out first. I peg it to red, and those are my important areas. So what I'm going to do is I create tops over here. So here, this has only been hit once. So that's not that important. For me, that's not that important of a number. This area here seems to be important over here. This area over here also, because it's been hit a couple times, also is pretty important. This area looks very important over there, right? I will draw some other lines over here. That looks pretty good over there. Way at the bottom over here, right? That looks pretty good over there. So I think that's it for the dailies. So these are what I call major support and resistance. So these are areas where I think are players will accumulate or get rid of, liquidate some of their positions. So let's look at the 6 hour now, because I'm going to draw these certain things in green. If there are other areas that might be important, right? So these are smaller time frame ones. So I'll draw it over here, right there. All right. So we'll see if there's any other places over here, right there. So these are numbers that have been hit multiple times. And where you can see turnarounds, reversals from the past. And we'll see if they apply to the present. Get it over here. Okay. So now, these are lines that were mostly drawn in February and April. That's where all the action seems to be. Let me zoom in. Right. Over here, so that looks like a good line over there. See, that was only hit once, even though that looks important. So we'll see over here, right? That line over here. So you can see it's highly subjective. All right, that looks good over here. Now that I zoom out, see, look at that. So look at that. It hit it right there, bounce off over here. Hit over there, right? So now I think we are good. So basically the idea is that some of the lines that we drew over here and on its way up over here, will they repeat and are they important in here, right? So if we zoom in, we'll see where the trading action is, right? So basically what happens here is it bounces off of support over here. It consolidates here for a while. It hits another medium support line, resistance line over here, bounces up to another medium resistance line, bounces down to support, breaks through, hits a major resistance down here, consolidates in between support and resistance up to the top, doesn't break resistance, starts to go down, hits the next floor here, tries to go to the ceiling, can't break through, it goes down, 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 hits major support over here, intermediate support over here, tries to go a little bit higher, but is stuck in a range over here, breaks support here, and now we are caught over here at resistance for EOS versus Ether. Right. So basically the idea here would be if you want to go long on EOS versus Ether, what you're looking for is a wave higher than this one. So if we go in on a smaller time frame, you can see it. It's been channeling for a while. So now what you do is you understand that it's stuck in between in this major important area here over at 17667, right? So what you're looking for is you're looking for a breakout one way or the other if it ever comes, right? It may not. So that's really the key. So basically what you do is you draw your support and resistance lines going from a larger time frame, and then you zoom in, right? Look for areas of concentration where numbers have been hit multiple times, right? And then you zoom in and see if the numbers are valid. So you can't hit every one of them because there's just too much, especially for cryptos, because there can be a lot of volatility because it's not enough volume in certain pairs. So because of that, things will spike. That's why you see a lot of the spikes. So what you're looking for is the understanding that these areas are bands. So it goes plus or minus a little zone, but are they important? So does most of the trading happen around these numbers, right? So let's zoom in again. So if you see it over here, same type of thing. So there might be another line over here, right there. So do these lines create some type of areas where you can take advantage of things? So basically, if you're short over here and you miss this big move down here, right? As it goes going up a little bit higher, you still have a negative read of the market, right? So the trend is down, right, because of the waves. And then you try to say to yourself, if this thing doesn't break this resistance area up here, I'm going to take a short. So you take a short here, you take a short here, and then you can just trail it for a while. Then when it hits a major support over here, you can try to get rid of it, maybe trail it a little bit. And then as it's going higher, you can kind of wait and see, is this going to hold? So is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? It kind of steadying around. And then once it finally breaks this little range over here, it goes a little bit higher, goes to the next ceiling over here, goes a little bit higher, then it gets stuck, right? But you think it's going to keep on going higher and higher and higher. And that's really basically what it does as the waves go higher. So what we're going to do is we're going to complement what we did last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago with the higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low waves, right? With support and resistance. So now that we see that the trend on a wave basis is going higher, our target could be the next resistance line here at 250. It hits it, it doesn't break. So then you say to yourself, okay, so we're still in an uptrend. So if it goes down, I'm going to buy it again until it creates a new low. So here's a low, it breaks this low. Now the trend can change, hits support resistance over here, comes back down, hangs out for a while, goes back lower, goes back lower. You see the next target here is support here at 17667. It goes a little bit lower, breaks it, hits support again, and then now it's hanging around. So that's how I would play EOS versus Ether. I don't know how many people trade this, but that is how I would trade it. And you can see it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then now it's in this area over here. So by using support and resistance combined with the waves, you can have a better understanding not only of trend, but where price action will go. I don't use Fibonacci or Elliott wave or other things to try to forecast price. So for me, I do have a harder time, even after 25 years, if we have a new all-time high. We can never really have an all-time low, right? Except for when you have an IPO price, etc. So things that were never there. But if you have a new all-time high or new all-time low, if it gets into those areas, I have a hard time because I don't have any lines, right? When it retraces, when it does other stuff, I can draw new lines, and then I have a better idea of where it goes. But if I look at it here on a daily basis, I have a better understanding of where it's going to go. So EOS versus Ether, it's on a negative trend. Because you have here's your high, but you have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and we don't know if it's going to come back up. If it creates a new higher high here, maybe it'll go up. But if it goes down here, where's my next target? If it creates a new lower low here, my target would be at 13477. If it breaks this area, it's going to be all the way down here. So that's how I make my projections for price based on support and resistance as well. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and you can follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. If you like our videos, please share it with your friends and other crypto traders. If you have any questions, please ask away in the comments section below. We do a very good job of answering all of our comments and questions right away. Thank you again for watching, and see you in our next video.